Hello, my name is Ali. I'm from CS2105, and by your recommendation I'm recording my report of assignment 3 and 4 and also capturing my face as you recommended, as I said. So practice 3, it's setting up network file and BitLocker. So in this exercise I configured the network shell folder, BitLocker and extra permission in Windows Server because I logged as administrator and established the basis folder called VCA and network shared folder. When creating a shared folder, ensure the suitable rights and establish for each person or group what will access to the folder. And there's written the whole path which I wrote it to share permissions as administrator of shared folder. So I added first one, I'm administrator, so I added full access to them, and Ali, my second user account, local on my virtual machine. So first one, here's the shared folder, VCA, I'm created. Then I adding the user here to permissions of the shared folder. Like here I went to the VCA property sharing and advanced sharing as when I started sharing folder in the network. So I added my local user account, Ali, give permission to read, and like that's how it looks. Like I gave network path like Ali server 1, it's how called my server in virtual machine. So in VCA it's the name. So going to the example, to examine the network drive, I selected the map network drive. So I entered the path and connection to the folder. Like first one, because it was locally, so I'm sharing is. But the second one, it's the way how we sharing in the network our folder, because maybe we can recreate it, but it's real hard. Like we will so like administrator virtual machine, and the second one like as the local user, not local, sorry, it's just a user of domain that I have. My domain is Ali server 1. So I'm adding to this user, and he can see this by network, this sharing folder. So is the tutorial in the first screenshot how I like sharing is like going to the domain name and the name of folder. So here it is how it looks, the shared folder of my server. So here it is like Ali server and VCA. So I built a text document with the login details and user of Ali account, like my second account. In addition, we must specify permission within this file. So here's the login, here's the password. Like I'm login created by as the administrator user. Then I'm going to the permissions and adding to Ali write and read and execute functions. I'm allowing to them. So here it is. I'm local. I logged in second account, and sorry for this picture, and on the right part of my screenshot you can see that I'm opened the folder and I can read the text document. So, and also by this task also we need to like change the change the file inside. So as the Ali, you can see that there is no any messages added. So I added it OK by the presentation that we have, and here it is. I logged as the administrator, and in the right part we can see that the changes was applied. So sorry for again for the screenshots, but it's the proving that I log in as the searching user to make sure that the task was did right. So here you can see the permissions work correctly and user can change and save file. Then administrator checked the committed changes in the file, as I said. So the next step was linked to the BitLocker encryption idea. So BitLocker Drive encryption is the Microsoft Windows security feature that allows us to encrypt data on hard drive or portable any media which connected to our operating system. BitLocker employs AES encryption to safeguard the data on our disk, and we can see how it's installed in an illustrative tool in this video. Here it is, like first one, as we add roles and features on the first assignment we did, but now we choosing like only feature that here it is, like tools, BitLocker recovery password viewer and BitLocker Drive encryption tools. So here the first screenshot, it's installation. Then as I installed, I restart my virtual machine to make work our feature that we installed correctly. And then we are going to the functions of our BitLocker that was disabled or not configured, and we needed to enable this system. So first one is to store BitLocker recovery information. Next one is to choose how BitLocker protected operating system. So yeah. The third one, it's require additional authentication at the startup. So also enabling, because all of them was not configured here. It was choosing, but when I open it, it's showing that enabled. Then I turned on the BitLocker encryption on disk C and also managed the BitLocker. When I tried to install it, it consequently moved me to like choose the disk and how I will see the recovery key of BitLocker if I probably will lose my password, or I will forget, or I will, like, my system will be crashed, for example, and file will not be able to see or save. Here it is, it's the proof. It's like when I restarting my whole system to make sure that all features are working, that we are enabled. So I started, and you can see that BitLocker Drive encryption is working. Here it is, I wrote the password, then we pushing enter button, and it's ordinary our Windows system. Here, like also in the tutorial, it was choosing to print our recovery key as the PDF, so I'm doing this also. Right, like how we unlocked, we also it was chosen as the entering password in our system. So the first task, let's start from tasks, like, because all of them before it was the tutorial how to always enable and configure. So the first task was entirely dedicated to allow user to modify network drives on the network share I gave to the user, modify, read and execute, and so on. So let's start. Like permission for VCA, like as I mentioned, like here, VCA property sharing, advanced sharing, and rights we're going. Let's scroll down. The first task was here it is, we are giving permissions to our user, and then we already is did, so I'm giving this screenshot for proof that like I added persons to our to permissions of VCA. And also you can compare on the first picture, like here it's like only 3 users, and to complete this task I added some other users, and like that we already have in our system but not in share permissions was added. So here you can see, and there is only read to make sure it's worked correctly as the previous. The second task, it's I made various folders for different departments, groups, or other diversity duties permissions. So like administrator, me, and CS team, as we did it, created the group on the first assignment. So here it is, BitLocker recovery. My PDF is here in administrator, because the whole system will work only as administrator to know it. So, and the data that we wrote in previous steps, it's also was saved and moved it to the CS teams. Like how can say, I shared the permissions of that, and like for example Ali, my second user, so he will be able only use the CS team and making any configuration for this. And also as the administrator I can see the BitLocker recovery. So task third was, in order to add pin signature, I use search and group policy management rules, and pin management may be added in numerous way, like Windows Hello for Business, and system logon are also available. Furthermore, I set pin complexity like maximum of this, so, and minimum, and so on, like others. So let's go to this task, like group policy management editor. We moving again as the previous assignments also that we did. We was working with that, so it was not difficult to find it. So turn on the convenience ping sign in. Here it is. Here we're enabling, because as I said mentioned, it wasn't configured. Then we go into the like the policy of our pin, like the minimum, maximum, and requiring any like symbols, digits, all others. So I enabled minimum pin length, it's the 4, and the maximum pin length, it's the 10. And also by my own will, I can say that I added require lowercase letters, like capital will be like mandatory, but lower cases it will be required now. And here it is, that's the screenshot, because here on the right part it wasn't able, was written like not enabled, but now we can see that it's enabled by my configuration. The fourth task is to eliminate users' access to the specific network disk. I revoked their network share and permissions like file explorer, properties of VCA folder, sharing, advanced sharing, permissions, eliminate, and like add, apply, like as we did it previous I mentioned. So here it's Ali. I didn't allow him to read, so he will not see the network, of course, this sharing folder. For example, if I had the third one, he will be seeing this folder, but not Ali. But then I added like read, but do not making any changes to these files in this folder. Like I'm logging in, and here you see, like, sorry again for this screenshot, like I took it like this because I don't know how, but it took it like this, sorry. And we can see like it's written like warning status about the destination folder access, like you need to permission to perform any action. And the conclusion, in the practical task I became more acquainted with the fundamental of using rights, permission to users, configuring network, storage, or network drive for parallel access by other users, and studying the principle of operation configuring BitLocker drive encryption in the Windows Server in our version 2022, and completing additional tasks such as removing rights, logging in via custom pin code, creating directory in the network storage, and much more. That's the end of my practice 3. So let's start with the practice 4, like managing servers with the PowerShell. So I was using PowerShell previously, but let's like give fundamental understanding of PowerShell. How I thinking, like it's the command line tool, cross-platform task automation solution that allows us to manage and using command line shell interface. It has own scripting language, so it was quite not like as I dictated previous like languages programming. So like common language runtime, like, and its commands are used in modules, configuration frameworks, and also administrations. PowerShell allows server administrators to handle, administer, and automate our numerous servers at the same time. So it's really useful tool for any administrator in any company. So here's how to find models and commands in PowerShell. I see. So first one command was get model list available. It's returns list of models that are currently available on the given device, like for example this PC or other user of my server, like who will connect it to my domain. He has own PC and I have my PC like here. And if something will not work, we can write this command or like available to get which is available to us to download and set up to our system. Here it is. It's reading a lot of model. Like a lot of available opportunities to our system. So I took it like up part. And the second one, get command model server manager. It's retrieve commands from the server manager model. Here it is. And the third one, PowerShell can also control and examine local server features and roles. Like it's really useful to know if someone's PC is not working correctly, and we can find out that his features and roles is not configured from administrator, right? So get Windows feature returns our list of features that are installed or may be installed in our system. For example of which is installed is DNS server. Here it is. It's shown the X. And file storage services, service again, sorry, file and IC services, and active directory domain services. But the parts where is not X, it's the features that are available to us, which we can download and set up to our system. Fourth command, it's get Windows feature where object instance like installed. It's get installed roles and features filtered by install state installed. Like when we did it previously, it's not was filtered in the showing results. So here we can filter the results as the first part. We will get the installed part, like which is features that which are already installed to our system, and we need to see like which is listed installed to our system, and do not see any other features that are not our system. Here it is, like it's all features that installed. The fifth one, it's the get Windows feature named Telnet client. It's returns information on a single role or feature with the name argument name Telnet client. So it's the only one option given in given state name in display name. We might use the get event log command to control events in our PowerShell, like get event log system and try type error. It retrieves a list of all systems events with the entry type error. Like it's the showing events that was errored during the process of execution or making this process. Like here it is, all them was error and message, source, type, index, and like you can see like I did it right now, and now I'm recording, like it's the difference with the 1 hour here. And the seventh one, it's the get event log system, try type warning newest 3. It's also retrieve how would say events, but now it will be 3 most recent system warning and try types, like not error but warning, and which is recent to our system. Like here it is, it's only 3 was showing. And obtain event log system source. Here the source from our kernel general, it's event filtering by the source, which is related this event. Where mentioned like Microsoft Windows kernel general, so it will be it found events that source is Microsoft Windows kernel general. Here it is, all of them. 8th commands, it's the PowerShell also control services from the command line. So first one, it's get service, returns a list of all services. Like here it is, like all listed services that we have on system, and we can see the status like running, stopped. Get service name bits, returns a list of specified services such as bits. Here it is, it's only one and it's stopped. Now we can also like start and stop any services. Like here, first one, it's the start service, like it was stopped bits, so I prefer to start it here by the command start service and the name bits. Then I decided to to stop this process because it was previously stopped, and by checking it we could check that in PowerShell it was released. By events that we did, it was running in amount time and was stopped. Okay, let's go to the tasks. Task 1, we installed a telnet client in 2 methods in this task, like feature name online enable, here's the command, and install Windows feature client telnet. Here it is, like command enabling, and pass like online, it's true, and restarted needed, false. So I don't need to restart my system and it's working correctly. Here we installing the feature because first one, it's we already did it, so restart needed, no, it didn't require us, and success was true, and execute no change needed because it was already configured and installed to our system. Then using telnet command we can test the telnet client system, like here we wrote command, and here like we connected and giving the message that we are connected, and the command how to escape from this channel maybe. And we also removed telnet client because we can do it by command that we by install, but now we changed only some letters and writing uninstall, so it was uninstalled, so restarted no, success true, exit code success, so it successfully was uninstalled from my system. Task 2, it's show events from system warning that contain message time series, so we are filtering our event that we needed by the message which will contain time series. So here it is, like we are using PowerShell administrator, right? We're writing it and it's executed perfectly, and it's giving all the events that was related with the words time series was filtered by that. Task third was we needs to retrieve the DPS. DPS is Diagnostic Policy Service, and we need to start and stop this activity. Here it is where we're retrieving the service, like get service name DPS, and status running, and displaying that. We can, like, here's the commands, like stop, we can stop it, but it was running previously, so it's for future it will be better if we will start this service again. In conclusion, I can say that PowerShell is really strong tool, as I mentioned, for administrating Windows services, and especially good for controlling several services at the same time. Windows Server has several PowerShell methods and modules functions that may assist us as the administrators in the managing local server features. And using the commands like get model, get command, we may easily discover modules commands in PowerShell, and the PowerShell may also use the administrator server function that I said, like may monitor the status, start and stop services, adjust services parameters using CMD LEDs, like get service, start service, and stop service. Like yeah, sorry for this. Thank you for listening that.